And now it's time to pit two best friends against one another to prove who knows the most about the least useless information in the world. Welcome to the internet's favorite game show, Who Knows Their Shizzle? Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Rippo, and welcome to Who Knows Their Shizzle. We have an exciting show for you today, but before we jump into it, let's meet our contestants. First, he's a free-flowing baritone who makes Ben Stein sound like a soprano. Welcome to the Shizzle, Chris Johnson. All right, Chris, let's meet your opponent. He's a brash Midwesterner who owns way too many Sailor Moon costumes. Please welcome Dave Paulson. Now, let's get to know our contestants a little bit better. We'll start with you, Chris. Chris, it says here that your voice is so buttery smooth that you were once offered a contract as the new spokesperson for I Can't Believe It's Not Butter.
Yeah, that is true. And I'll tell you the secret to having a smooth voice. And this is why I did not get the job. It's not butter. Like, I don't just grease the vocal cords. It's puppy fur. You shave a puppy, you eat the fur, and then that's the smooth voice. So that's the secret, everyone.
Wow, I did not know that. Animal clinics must love you.
Oh, just clean it up, send it over. That's how I keep the dulcet tones.
All right, well, you know what? We're going to leave that right there. Dave, you told our producers that you are an avid fly fisher. Is that correct?
Yes, it is really hard to get the airplane to fly that low.
So, before we get started, let's go over the rules of the game. I will ask each of you a series of questions in categories you claim to be experts in. There will be 3 rounds, each increasing in difficulty and points. If you get a question wrong, your opponent will get to choose a song for you to perform for our studio audience. If the audience gives you a thumbs up, we'll continue the game. If you fail, you'll be forced to spin the Wheel of Shame to determine your penalty. The Wheel of Shame contains everything from receiving a wet willy from Willie the janitor to going on an apology tour from a recent celebrity faux pas. For example, Kids Rock's continued existence. Once the shame-o-meter has been filled, you will be forgiven for the incorrect answer and the game will continue.
Wait, Kid Rock is still alive? I thought he was just like a mustache now, just a sort of like sinew and mustache.
Well, then you will apologize for his mustache. But while you were speaking, I was just informed by the producers that we are actually just going to stick to the questions and answers portion of the game. Apparently, I've been told neither of you have any shame, so that whole part of the program will be a waste of time. All right. At the end of 3 rounds, if the scores are 3 points apart or less, there will be a bonus round unless you've bored the audience to the point of submission. In that event, we'll just end the show and put all of us out of our misery. Any questions before we get started?
And by show, you mean the entire podcast. It's not just this moment.
The entire podcast.
Just everything ends. We delete our presence from the internet. And
your entire podcast will be erased from the internet and every server imaginable across the globe so that there was never, ever a record that you were here.
Good. All right. That's the only way to do this.
And it may extend to birth certificates and family memories as well.
So it sounds like there are really no stakes at all for this game.
Absolutely none.
Okay. You're ready to go.
All right. We're ready. Let's play Who Knows Their Shizzle. Round 1 will be worth 1 point each. Chris, the first question is to you, and our topic is science movie trivia. True or false? In the abyss, the alien species communicates using manipulated water tentacles.
I'm going to say false. I think you're going to tell me it's true, but I can argue this point. So I'm going to say false.
Well, Chris, you can argue all you want, but the producer said that answer is true.
I don't know, because they technically don't communicate through the tentacles. They communicate through the water. I'll trust the game show host on this one.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go to the judges. Judges? Nope, they said you're wrong.
But you did have to stay awake through the abyss in order to know that, which is really hard to do.
I was basing my answer from the trailer, so that's fair. We can move on.
Okay. Moving on to our next question. Dave, this is also in science movie trivia. It is a multiple choice question. In the movie Contact, what mathematical sequence helps identify the alien signal? Is it A, Fibonacci, B, prime numbers, C, Pascal's triangle, or D, the golden ratio?
Goodness, this is a tough one.
Of course it is. It was Contact.
Yes. Carl Sagan wrote this. I think it is prime numbers. So I'm going to go with prime numbers. Final answer.
Prime numbers is
Ding,
correct.
ding, ding. Yay.
Good job. You know, for the first round, which was supposed to be the easier questions, you guys seem to be struggling already.
These are slightly hard.
This does not bode well.
No, it does not, especially for me. All right, moving on to you, Chris. We are going to television trivia. Answer this question. What is the name of the bar where most of Cheers takes place?
Wow. Like the real bar where they filmed, or like that was patterned after, or the name on the show?
The name of the bar on the show.
Okay. I thought it was just Cheers.
That is correct.
Yes.
I love how you almost fell for that.
I would have said Sam's because
You would
it
have
would have been
wrong.
totally wrong.
Yeah.
But I just felt like wow.
Also, I'm going to ask a question in response to every question you ask me, Anthony. That's my new shtick.
Yes, I've noticed that, and I will do my best to ignore you.
All right. Fair enough.
All right, Dave, same category, television trivia. True or false? In the X-Files, Mulder's sister was abducted by aliens.
That is true, even though I'm not an X-Files fan.
Well, then I'm not sure how you knew that unless you looked it up on the internet and cheated, but that is correct.
I saw enough episodes
Okay,
to
but
know.
was she? But there's the whole conspiracy of maybe it wasn't the aliens that abducted her. Maybe it was the
Smoking
government.
Man? Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe the Smoking Man.
This game is
Yeah.
starting to be suspect to me, but carry on.
Maybe, but have you ever considered that our government is run by aliens?
Only every 5 minutes, but sure.
Yes.
Lizard people.
For every question, Chris, I will give you an answer.
All right, fair enough.
Now, moving back to you, Chris, in David Bowie trivia. This is a multiple choice question. Which Bowie album features the track Sound and Vision? Is it A, Low, B, Heroes, C, Lodger, or D, Station to Station?
It is A, Low.
That is A, correct. Moving on to Dave in David Bowie trivia. Answer this question. What was David Bowie's birth name?
David Jones. Or Davy Jones, but David Jones.
I'm going to need a little more than that.
What is David Jones?
That was not what I meant.
Who is David Jones?
You're getting closer. The correct answer is David Robert Jones.
Oh, come on. Middle names.
I would give it to
Producers.
I don't know if I want to give it to him because remember, there is another David Jones who was lead singer
of the Monkees. And before that, he was actually,
Okay, let me go to the judges. Judges. All right, they're taking pity on your face, so they're saying I can give you the point.
finally, someone. Revulsion is usually what I hear, but sure, pity.
Yes, but you won't, like Highlander,
Yes.
you only get one. All right, moving back to Chris. In the category of retro video games, answer this question. What 1986 NES game introduced the character Ridley?
That would be Metroid.
That would be correct. Good job. It looks like you're hitting your stride. Although I expect it to fall apart at some point.
I do too.
Excellent. Okay, moving back to Dave. In the same category for retro video games, multiple choice question. Which Sega Genesis game featured a protagonist named Toe Jam?
Oh,
Was it A, Toe Jam and Earl, B, Vector Man, C, Altered Beast, or D, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Well, this is a tough one. And I would like to phone a friend, my friend Earl. Toe Jam and Earl.
That is correct.
Do you remember when you bought that game, Chris?
I will have you know that
I know you liked it or said you liked it, but I still think you kind of convinced yourself you liked it. I don't know.
It was unique. It was, I don't know. I have fond memories of it. Like I'm not sure I ever understood the point of the game, but it was fun and something to play.
Ocular cancer is also unique, and I just don't get much out of it. So,
but not fun to play.
Right.
See, I added that. It was not just unique.
And on that note, let's move on to the next category. Chris, the category is MST3K, specifically seasons 1 through 10. I guess after 10, you fell off. Answer this question. Which MST3K host first introduced the character Crow T Robot?
Again, maybe I'm overthinking that phrase, but I'm going to say the answer is Joel.
I will take that, even though I have his last name in the answer. Joel is correct.
Which is Joel Robinson.
Well, now I'm going to take that point away because his name is Joel Hodgson.
Well, his real name is Joel Hodgson. His character name is Joel Robinson.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have had me use Copilot to put these questions together.
I'm starting to think that's true.
Moving over to Dave. Same category, MST3K, seasons 1 through 10. What is the name of the satellite where the MST3K crew is trapped?
The SOL Satellite of Love.
That is correct.
Would like to remind everyone, this is the easy round.
This is the easy round. That is correct. And judging by these questions, for the most part, they are in fact that. Okay, last category in the first round. Chris, in consumer tech, which company released the first commercially successful smartwatch? Was it A, Pebble, B, Apple, C, Samsung, or D, Casio?
So commercially successful is up for debate, but I'm going to answer Pebble.
Pebble is correct.
Yes.
And the fact that they consider that commercially successful is actually wrong.
Strange bar, highly subjective.
Well, that's what the internet gods put in the AI, so we have to believe it. Dave, same category, consumer tech. What year was the first iPhone released?
Goodness, that's a toughie.
What are you talking about?
This is the easy round.
Portion of the show.
2007. Gonna go with 2007.
Dave, I'm going to say you're cheating because 2007 is
listen,
correct.
I worked on an early iPhone project, and it was based on a later one, but I was backing it up, and I was working through it. So did not cheat, just worked on an early iPhone project. So.
All right. I'll believe that story as much as I'll believe you're fly fishing. We are now at the end of round 1. Do you want to know where we stand,
please.
gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Okay, at the end of round 1, Chris has 5 points. Dave is leading with 6 points.
It's close.
All right. It's
and now
very close.
The scores, right? They're worth more, right?
That is correct. In round 2, each correct answer is worth 2 points. However, the questions do get more difficult.
Theoretically.
So, best of luck to you. All right, going back now to science movie trivia. Chris, in the movie Gattaca, what is the name of the genetically superior class of citizens?
Oh my gosh. I saw that movie one time at release. That is an incredibly difficult trivia question. I have no idea. I'm going to say Getaceans.
Getaceans is incorrect.
All right.
The correct answer is Valads.
Ballads.
They're
Yeah.
called Valads.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a long time
That
since
is
I've
a
seen
great
Gattaca.
movie, though. If I may interject, that is a great movie. I haven't seen it in a decade, but
If it was great, you would have seen it
I've
more
seen
than
it
once.
multiple times. It's just been a while. I would not have gotten it right, but yeah.
All right. Well, and speaking of, in science movie trivia, Dave, answer this multiple choice question. In the film Moon, what is the name of the AI assistant? Is it A, Hal, B, Gertie, C, Sam, or D, Eva?
Goodness, it is. I know too that it is not, which would be Hal and Sam, because Sam is the main character, I believe. Just don't recall Gertie at all, so I'm gonna go. Boy, I'm gonna go with Eva.
Eva is incorrect. And by the way, Sam is the name of the actor,
Oh, Sam
not
is
the
the-
character
Sam
in the
Rockwell.
movie.
Sam Rockwell.
But that is also not the correct answer. The correct
Can I
answer was
steal? Oh,
yeah, I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to play for steals, but the answer is B.
All right.
Gertie.
Shoot. Not my favorite
No
movie.
points for
Just
you.
gonna be honest. I
like it.
Yeah,
I like
the
it.
ending was, within 30 minutes you knew where it was going, and even though it was directed by Bowie's
Much like
son,
this show.
yes, it's just not my favorite. Whatever.
I liked it.
All right. Moving on in round 2. We're going back to television trivia. Chris, what is the name of the fictional town where Twin Peaks takes place?
Well, I think it might be Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is
my
correct.
goodness.
2 points.
That is not a 2-point question.
That is not fair.
You gave me
I
the
did.
instructions,
I
Dave.
did. I wrote the prompts, but my goodness.
I had no problem with that question. Carry on.
I can tell you did not. There was no question from you. Moving back to Dave in television trivia. Which Battlestar Galactica character is revealed to be the final Cylon?
Which version of Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica?
The television show.
No, there's multiple television shows.
The television show.
Oh, boy. Good luck,
This
Dave.
is where I say I have attempted to watch Battlestar Galactica, and never has it stuck for whatever reason. Any iteration, I am just gonna pass. I do not know. Nerd cred, nerd card, burn it. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know is incorrect. The correct answer was Ellen Ty.
All right.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody should know that. Chris, we're back to you.
Yep.
In David Bowie trivia, true or false? David Bowie played Nikola Tesla in the movie The Prestige.
I quit. This is it. This is rigged. It's co-pilot and Chris collusion.
I had nothing to do with the creation of the questions or the creation of this game. It's true. David Bowie did play Tesla in The Prestige.
That is correct. 2 points. Dave, as the one who wrote the
Yeah.
co-pilot prompt, are you questioning what you wrote?
The co-pilot just hates me, I guess. I don't know. Like,
And they're not the only ones. On to your question. In David Bowie trivia, what was the name of Bowie's final studio album?
okay. Black Star.
Black
Yes,
Star is
yes.
correct.
All right.
The co-pilot gods have
Yes.
forgiven you. For now.
Pretty easy one. That was an
Okay.
easy.
I'm glad you said that because hopefully they all get harder. Chris, in retro video games, multiple choice question. Which arcade game first used the Mode 7 graphics technique? Was it A, F-Zero, B, Star Fox, C, Super Mario Kart, or D, Pilot Wings?
Well, I am confused by the question of arcade game, but I'm going to say the answer is F-Zero.
Yeah, I believe what it should have said was Super Nintendo game, but Copilot does not know how to make the distinction between video games yet. Correct answer is A, F-Zero.
Excellent.
Good job. Dave, in the same category of retro video games, which 1994 Super Nintendo role-playing game features the Kingdom of Guardia? And there are no multiple choices.
Yeah, this is brutal because I'm not a big RPG guy. It's at all. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm gonna Hail Mary toss out Earthbound.
Earthbound is
All right.
incorrect. Chris, do you know the answer to that?
I don't
You
actually.
don't. The correct answer is Chrono Trigger.
There's really Guardia is in Chrono Trigger.
The
I
Kingdom of
almost
Guardia. Yes.
Well, now I have played.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well,
All right.
poo.
I'm shamed that I don't know that. I've played Chrono Trigger several times.
Well, I've been shamed by both of you a lot
Yeah.
this game show.
It's fair. We apologize.
As you should. But we will soldier on. Chris, in MST3K, which movie featured the MST3K riff Rousdower? Or Rosedower. I do not know how to say it.
Why could not have I gotten this one?
It's oh my gosh. It's what is the name of that movie? It's the final something. Final
It's the final countdown.
it's not the final countdown.
By the way, the
No, it
pronunciation
not.
is Rousdower. Just to be clear.
Thank you.
Oh, what
They
is
did
the
not
na-
give it to me phonetically on my card.
No, they did not. They should have. What is the name of that movie? Crap. I don't remember.
If I had a timer, you'd be out of
Yeah.
time.
That's fair. I'm out. I couldn't come up with it.
This is
Final
one
something.
I do know quite well. Final Sacrifice. It's
What?
classic?
Final Sacrifice.
Classic.
The final sacrifice.
Rousdower?
Dave, I would give you the 2 points out of pity, but
That's
those
not
aren't part of the rules. Not part of the rules. Sorry. Okay. Dave, in MST3K, a multiple choice question for you. Which villain runs Deep 13? Is it A, Dr. Forrester, B, Pearl Forrester, C, TV's Frank, or D, Bobo?
See, that's not a fair question. I'm just going on record. That is not a fair question.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I mean, it is. First of all, it's not fair, and also the interpretation is pretty. Yeah, you could go different directions because you got Gizmonics Institute. But anyways, Dr. Clayton Forrester is the running Deep 13.
Dr. Forrester is correct. I do not like Copilot. But we'll just leave it at that.
We shouldn't have cheaped out. We should have gone for ChatGPT.
Yes, you should have gone all the way out and actually paid. Paid for good questions. But we'll soldier on in this episode. Chris, in consumer tech, what was the code name for Microsoft's original Xbox prototype?
I'm gonna miss this because I don't know, but I thought it was Xbox from the beginning because it was based on DirectX, and that's where the name comes from, DirectX Box. So I'm gonna say that the prototype was actually called the Xbox, and I'm gonna be wrong.
You are incorrect. And I feel very sorry for you because the correct answer was the Direct Xbox.
No way.
Goodness.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, that's so
All right.
close. That stings.
I'd feel sad for you if I cared. Dave, in consumer tech, a multiple choice question. Which company created the first 1 terabyte SSD for consumers? Was it A, Intel, B, Samsung, C, Crucial, or D, Western Digital?
But tough. I'm just gonna go off my gut in consumer tech storage and go with Western Digital. But I mean, that's a guess.
That is a terrible guess because it is incorrect.
Is it Crucial?
It is not Crucial
Samsung?
either.
All right.
The correct answer
All
was
right.
Samsung.
Okay.
That was my second
them.
choice, but I really thought that that WD had the better shot.
Well, unfortunately, maybe we need some
Just
WD-40 for your brain.
Sort of moving on.
on
Third round.
We're going. Oh, that's right. We are at the end of round 2.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of round 2, we have tallied up the scores, and here's where we stand. Dave is sitting pretty with 14 points. Chris is sitting prettier with 17 points.
Yes. He pulled ahead in second round.
Pulled ahead in the second round. But Dave, there is an opportunity to course correct here because in the third round, which are supposedly the hardest questions in this show, according to Copilot, each correct answer is worth 3 points. So there is an opportunity to come back here. But we're going to start with Chris like we did before. In round 3, in science movie trivia, Chris, answer this question. In the movie Annihilation, what is the name of the expanding zone of mutation?
Never saw it. Not a big Natalie Portman fan. The Alpha Zone.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is The Shimmer. And Natalie Portman thanks you for not supporting her.
That is not a good movie. I was going to say that is a very, very boring movie.
I have never seen that movie
just
either.
Not worth it.
But I do like
I do
Natalie
too.
Portman.
But that just doesn't. It does not work as a film, which is important for a movie to do.
Movie to do.
Yeah, it's important for a film to be good. Yes. Okay, Dave. Here's your chance to catch up. In science movie trivia, what is the name of the monolith's creator species in 2001, A Space Odyssey?
I don't recall them giving a name.
It was also expanded upon in Clark's actual novel.
Yeah, which was written in conjunction with the movie script. Very weird, and I've never finished it. I mean, I'll just say Star People because of the Star Child, but I truly don't know the answer. I thought that was an unanswered question up until 3001, the final book, but I don't know.
Star People is correct.
My gosh! No way!
No, I'm actually lying. That is completely wrong. The correct answer is The Firstborn.
Oh, well. All right.
We all learn something every once in a while.
Stupid.
that Anthony is a cruel,
I thought,
host.
Moving on to the next category. Chris, in television trivia. On the show The Wire, what is the name of the Detail's first major wiretap target?
This is not my category. I'm going to say that it's the Thing.
The Thing is incorrect. The correct answer is Avon Barksdale.
Oh, yeah.
Of course
Heir
it
to
is.
the Avon fortune.
Heir to the Avon fortune.
That was the first big story arc in The Wire.
Next season, they took on the Mary Kay people.
That's right. They
Pink
blew up her pink
Cadillacs,
Cadillacs. Dave, you have another opportunity to catch up here. And may I say, since we've been through 2 rounds, I do not have much hope. In television trivia, which Lost character was originally written to die in the pilot
I believe that would
episode?
be Jack.
Jack Shepherd is correct.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I'm not kidding this time. It actually was.
Yeah, we were appointment viewing Lost watchers. Of course, that did not turn out well for us. But yes, I do recall picking up that bit of trivia at some point.
Well, that trivia saved you here. Okay, Chris, here's your opportunity to get ahead again. In David Bowie trivia, what experimental David Bowie album was recorded in Berlin with Brian Eno and Tony Visconti and features the track, I don't know how to say that, Warsaw.
Okay, that would be low, which is the second question I've had in this game where the answer was low.
Low is correct.
Yes.
Apparently, Copilot doesn't care.
That's the only
answer is
Bowie
the same.
album
Copilot's
that
is
Copilot
really,
knows.
really into Brian Eno.
Apparently. Well, at least I'm not. Moving on, Dave. In David Bowie trivia, what was the name of Bowie's alter ego created for the 1974 tour?
Oh, the 74 tour. Ooh, I'm going to go with,
Don't overthink this.
Aladdin Sane.
That is incorrect.
Gosh darn it.
You overthought.
I did overthink. I did.
The correct answer was Halloween Jack.
Oh, Halloween Jack, Diamond Dogs. Oh, I totally skipped Diamond Dogs.
Well, we're totally going to skip you now.
Yes. Oh, poop.
All right, moving on. Chris, in retro video games, which 1998 PC game pioneered the looking glass immersive sim style and introduced Shodan? That's SHODAN.
Yes, that would be System Shock 2.
System Shock 2 is correct.
Wow. What a pull, man.
And
you deserve to win.
told you it was wrong.
You deserve to win.
Okay, Dave, in retro video games, what 2000 Sega Dreamcast game featured a rhythm-based graffiti mechanic?
Jet Grind Radio.
Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio is correct.
Yes.
All
Dude,
right.
I love that game, and I think we talked about that in a recent episode.
We actually
it's
did.
A
And it is an
fantastic game. Yeah,
it is an excellent
yes.
game. It's an excellent game. And so is the sequel,
Yes.
Jet Set Radio Future.
Yes.
All right. Moving back to MST3K. Chris, which MST3K episode features the infamous Manos?
That would be Manos, the Hands of Fate.
My
Manos, the Hands of Fate is correct. I
Man.
almost want to give you 0 points for the lack of difficulty.
That is-
I
Yeah.
deserve 0 points for the lack of difficulty.
But let's see what Dave gets in the same category to determine
And it
if you should get a 0 in
feature
that.
Manos. Manos is an unseen character in the film. He is a deity. It's
true.
That is flawed on so many levels.
This is
Well-
not the first flawed question we've had.
It is
We've
not.
had quite a few flawed
It is
questions,
not.
and don't blame the host.
Yes, the AI producer Joe Pilot is what we'll just call him that. Oh,
That's right. Joe Pilot does not like you guys. Well, actually likes one of you more than the other. All right, Dave, in MST3K, let's see if we have an easy one for you. Which MST3K host era introduced the character Observer, also known as Brain Guy?
Sure. Well, the host era would be Mike. Michael
Nelson
J. Nelson
is correct.
Sure.
I will take
Yeah.
Mike.
Michael
Yes, I will
Jonathan
take
Nelson,
Mike.
if you care about his middle name, yes.
It could have been that too, but that is correct. Yes. Okay. Last category for round 3. Chris, in consumer tech, what was the first commercially available CPU to exceed 1 gigahertz?
Would that be the Intel Pentium?
The Intel Pentium is incorrect.
What was it?
The correct answer was the AMD Athlon.
No kidding. All right.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Did not know that. Yeah.
Well, now you do.
Indeed.
Thank you, Jack Pilot or Joe Pilot or whatever pilot we're talking about. Dave, final question. In consumer tech, what year did USB-C become an official standard?
Whoa.
Ooh, yikes. USB-C is an official standard, backing into it from work experience. I'm going to go with 2013.
2013 is incorrect.
Oh, boo.
The correct answer was 2014.
Okay, I was
close.
fairly close.
All right, and at the end of round 3, we're tallying up the scores, and we have Dave with 41 points. A decent job.
Decent.
Chris, you have 44 points
No.
to have the lead at the end of 3 rounds. However, there is a 3-point gap, and as I stated earlier in the rules, we will be going to a bonus round.
All
The
right.
3-point gap. These questions are worth 1 point each. Actually, I'm lying. I am going to randomly assign
Oh, whoa.
1 to 3 points for each without
Interesting.
looking at the questions.
Whoa. Okay.
So this could be
This has gone off the rails.
this can be whatever the host decides.
Drew
And the
Carey
host
would not
is
approve
really one-
of this.
Yeah,
Of this
The host
chaos.
is really wondering if he made a good choice. Chaos is my middle name. I think. I'm not sure. Let's move on to the bonus round. 4. 2 points. In Christopher Nolan trivia, the first question goes to Chris. What real-world scientific consultant helped Christopher Nolan design the black hole in Interstellar?
Dave is going to be so disappointed.
I am
don't
already disappointed
remember
because
his
you said
name.
that. I've read
know.
his book.
I know you have, and he's an astrophysicist, and he's very well known. And I don't know his name. I've lost my 2 points.
You have lost your 2 points, and since I am making up the rules, I am going to give Dave the opportunity to steal.
Oh, well, that would be Dr. Kip Thorne.
Dr. Kip Thorne is correct.
Good job.
Good job, Dave. All right, Dave, your question in Christopher Nolan trivia worth 2 points. What is the name of the algorithm central to the plot in Tenet?
Algorithm central to the plot in Tenet is the algorithm.
The algorithm is incorrect.
Okay.
Chris, I will give you the opportunity to steal and
Don't
take
bother.
the 2 points. I will not bother. The correct answer is the inversion algorithm.
Okay. All right. I get it. They did refer to it as the algorithm, but,
is
yes.
correct.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on to Chris. This category in our bonus round is called David Lynch and Twin Peaks Trivia.
All right. The town's name is Twin Peaks.
That is correct, but not the answer to this question.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I'll let you ask it.
Okay, for 3 points. What is the name of the extra-dimensional realm inhabited by the fireman?
The Black Lodge.
The Black Lodge is incorrect.
Is
Dave,
it
would you like to
incorrect?
steal?
Oh my goodness. The fireman put I guess White Lodge.
White Lodge is correct.
All right.
Oh, I should have.
Because the fireman was the
known
good
that.
guy.
You're right. He was. You're right. Sorry.
Rookie mistake.
It
Rookie
was.
mistake.
I got too confident.
You did. And that may have cost you the game. Now, Dave, Same category, David Lynch and Twin Peaks trivia. What phrase does Laura Palmer whisper to Cooper in the Red Room?
Okay. Man. It's going to sound so silly. If I'm wrong, it's going to sound even sillier. The gum you like is going to come back in style.
That is incorrect.
Okay. Well.
Okay, that does not sound silly. It was an excellent guess, Dave.
Okay.
But the man from another place says that line. Anyway,
Oh, that's right.
Anthony,
That's right.
Chris,
can I have an
you
opportunity to steal?
You absolutely can have an opportunity to steal.
She says, "I'll see you again in 25 years."
That's
That
right.
is correct.
That's. Did they ever say what the gum was? I'm trying to remember.
No.
Okay, all right. Like
Did they ever answer a question in Twin Peaks? That's what you just asked me.
fruit striped gum, maybe was.
No, I think it was cherry pie gum.
There you go. Coffee
All right.
flavor.
Coffee.
Next category in the bonus round, going back to Chris. Chris, in Blade Runner 1982 trivia, they are very specific about the fact that this is Blade Runner 1982
And they should be.
because it's Blade Runner 2049. For 1 point, by the way, what is the model designation of Roy Batty?
Oh, he's a Nexus 6.
Nexus 6 is correct. All right. Dave, in Blade Runner 1982 trivia, what is the name of the corporation that manufactures replicants?
Tyrell Corp.
Tyrell Corporation is correct. All right. You guys know your Blade Runner.
We do. We really do. There's a Blade Runner
All right.
poster behind me. You can't see it in this view, but yes. Yeah.
Next category is Marvel movie trivia.
Oof.
The first question is to Chris, and this is for 3 points. What is the name of the metal used to create Captain America's shield?
Adamantium.
That is incorrect. Dave,
Whoa,
would you
that
like
would-
to steal that?
I most certainly would. It's vibranium.
Vibranium is correct.
Wow, I thought it was made of adamantium. All right.
That is not correct. I am
Fair enough.
so sorry. So sorry, but not really. Moving on to Dave's question in Marvel movie trivia. Which MCU film first introduced the quantum realm?
I'm struggling to remember which one came first in the sequence, but I'm going to go with Ant-Man.
Ant-Man is correct.
All right. Quantum Realm was referenced in Doctor Strange as well, but I couldn't. Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay. We've got 2 categories left. The next one is worth 1 point. Chris, in DC movie trivia,
Yes.
your question is, in Batman Returns, what is the name of the crime boss who raised the Penguin? Or I should say, based on the answer I'm now reading, what is the name of the crime family? Not the crime boss, but the crime family who raised the Penguin.
I don't think that question is accurate.
I don't think that question's accurate either.
Okay. I'm gonna think about this like an AI, and I'm gonna say it's Falcone.
Falcone is incorrect, and I kind of want to strike this question.
I think
Yeah.
it needs to be
Dave
struck.
doesn't get the answer.
That's a hallucinated.
Okay. We are going to strike this question, and if you give me 1 second, I will come up with another question for you.
All right.
Okay. All right. I think I got one for you. Let's see. In the original Batman movie in 1989, which actor plays Harvey Dent?
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams is correct.
So what did Copilot say was the answer to the penguin
Copilot
question?
said that the crime boss who raised the Penguin was the Red Triangle Circus Gang.
Oh, that's not accurate at all.
I have
All right.
no idea what that is. But
Okay.
we're moving. But we gave you another question, and it was correct. Thank you, but no thank you to Joe Copilot or Joe Pilot or whatever he is. Dave, in DC movie trivia. For 1 point, which DC film features the line, "Why so serious?"
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is correct.
Yes, that's kind of an easy one.
Okay. Last category.
Made famous by the Red Triangle Circus Gang.
The Red Triangle Circus
Yeah.
Gang, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely made it famous. Except it was like the red half moon for the smile. Final category, and the question goes to Chris. In Star Wars prequel trivia.
Prequel. Okay.
Star Wars prequel trivia.
All right.
What is the name of the planet where General Grievous is killed?
There was probably one point in my life where I knew the answer to that question, but I don't have
But
it
that
now.
point isn't now, is it?
No, it is not.
Do you care to make a guess?
I don't. I have no idea.
All right, so that is incorrect. Dave, would you like to steal?
Man, is it Genosia? Gensodia? I'm yeah, something with a G and an O and E. I know it's I don't know.
As I say, Genosia, God bless you. That is incorrect.
Excuse me. Yes.
And
What
I don't
is
even
it?
know if I can say I don't even know if I can say this correctly, but it looks like the answer is Utapau or Utapu or Utapau.
He's hiding in the Utapau sector or wherever.
Utapau.
Yeah, kind of, sort of remember
Whatever.
that.
All right. I actually
Checking
feel
out
good that I
hard
don't
at
know
that
the
part
answer
of
to
the
that
movie.
question.
Yeah.
You should feel good. But now Dave gets the last question in the bonus round in Star Wars prequel trivia. What species is Darth Maul?
I actually, this is another one that I certainly knew. It's got sort of evil connotations to it. If I remember, it's just it's a silly Lucasian thing. You know what? I don't. I don't recall it. Satonias. I don't know.
Satonias is incorrect.
Oh, darn
Chris,
it.
can you get the steal on this last question?
I wish I could, but I cannot. I don't know.
Okay. The correct answer is Zabrak or Zabrak or whatever. Rubik's Cube.
Yes.
Zabrak is the
Okay.
correct
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Did not know.
And with that, the bonus round has ended. The scores have been tallied. We're about to find out which one of you really knows your shizzle. Dave ended the game with an astounding 54 points,
Good job.
which was good enough to win because Chris only got 49
No.
points.
Nice.
Oh,
Well
Chris.
done, Dave.
Chris, you have come in second. You are the runner-up. And as a result of being the runner-up, we have this lovely parting gift from you. It is a fry pan collection from the company known as Fryco. With it, you can fry absolutely everything, including the crow Dave just made you eat.
Yes. But you have to pay
Fair enough.
taxes on that. Very expensive taxes. So
Yes, especially since it's a lifelong supply. Enjoy the taxes on that, Chris.
Yay.
Dave, you are our champion with 54 points. You have proven that you know your shizzle. And that is the only prize you get for winning this game.
yes, just the pride
Congratulations.
of knowing many useless things, although not quite as many useless things as I would thought I knew. Those, there were some curveballs in there.
Yeah.
But thank you to the listeners, the studio audience, and of course, Anthony, thank you for being a wonderful, if not somewhat insulting games show host. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. And thank you, Dave, for knowing the most useless information in the world. You are the most useless of the useless.
It's true. It's true. So the purpose of this whole exercise is, we talk a lot. I mean, and I don't know what, Chris, 70, 80 episodes that we've done where we talk about just, one dumb thing after another, and occasionally we'll broach on a topic like, I don't know, health, or what you should and shouldn't let your kids watch, and how to monitor that. But for the most part, it's just mind rot. And the question, should you listen to us? Do we actually know very much about the mind rot? And I think we certainly proved there were things we knew more than others. If you deep dive into it, I mean, MST, Bowie, those are things we know an awful lot about. And the broader the topics got. But I just thought it would be interesting for you and I. It's a little bit less about us competing against each other and more about us, just seeing, do we really have a sense of what we're talking about, and how good of a game show host would Anthony be? Which I think the answer is he's better at being a host than we are at being contestants. So
that's
we got to
fair.
remember, I wasn't put on the other side where I got to be contestants, because I was just going to tell you I had to actually correct the score on the sheet you sent me, because in the column where it says was the answer correct, I was putting the point value, not 1 or 0 for yes or no.
Yeah, so the effective...
It did not change the result of the show.
Oh.
It just changed the score. So the actual final score, for anybody listening on your podcast who actually was keeping score, it says, wait a minute, how did you get to those numbers? I have now course corrected it. The actual score was Dave 32, Chris 25.
Okay. All right. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. That seems more accurate.
Yeah, the score seemed high. I wasn't going to question because it was in my favor, but sure.
No, never question when it's in your favor.
So, Dave, to answer your question that you have posed, even though I came in second in a 2-man race, I feel good about my performance. I think I knew a decent amount about really dumb things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you did get that Twin Peaks question and that Bowie Tesla question. Both of those. Come on, man.
But you got easy questions too.
I did.
We're not raging it on that.
I flubbed the tenant question. I really did flub it with the inversion algorithm.
If I would have just stuck with DirectX box, this would have been a whole different ballgame.
It really could have.
Yes, you would have lost 32-27.
Yes,
See?
But the momentum.
That is a different ballgame, Anthony.
The momentum.
You'll never convince me it's not.
That's right, because there would have been more confidence coming out of your side, which would have been commendable.
Anthony, you have been on game shows, and I'm not going to ask you to give away all the free stuff, because I'm sure you got in your other shows, your Patreon will give you an opportunity to plug that. But you've been on game shows. Could you just tell us a little bit about some of that you've been on, and maybe a little bit about what those experiences are like for those of us who've never gotten the opportunity to do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I actually did the rundown of this a few days ago because we were doing this. I've been on 5 game shows over the course of my life. I've been on, if you remember the name, if you remember these shows, the first one I was on was called 1 versus 100, where Bob Saget was the game show host. The second one I was on was called That's the Question on the Game Show Network. 1 vs. 100 was on NBC. I played a small mini game on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I forgot which version of the game was it. I think Terry Crews might have been the host. And at the end of the show, they would do a short mini game just to fill the time. And I got to take part in that. And then I was on a show called at the time, it was called The Best Trivia Show Ever, or The Best Game Show Ever, which it was not. And then the last one that I was on was 25 Words or Less, which is, I believe, still currently on television with Meredith Vieira as host. And I've auditioned for dozens of game shows. Those are just the ones that I've been on. And I will say the process is very interesting. They're roughly the same, where you go into a giant room with a whole bunch of people, and you go up to I don't know if they're production assistants or whatever it is, but basically there are a group of people who are just asking you general questions. You fill out a little questionnaire. They ask you like personal stuff and everything like that, and then they they look at your answers, and then they just ask you questions right on the spot. You're like, in some cases you're standing in front of a table. In other cases you're just sitting in a room, and they call on you and you stand up and you answer your questions in front of other people. And based on how you respond to your conversation with them, they'll make a decision right then and there whether or not they're going to keep you or tell you that's it. And what I learned about the process there is that they're looking for specific types of people. They're looking for specific types of energy, and they're looking for not specific, but they're looking for interesting stories to tell. So if you go up there and you're just, you're not showing that you can get excited about being on a game show, or if you're just telling like, oh yeah, I'm a husband and father of 3 and I work all day and that's my life and stuff. Usually you see the door, but you got to throw out, interesting factoids about yourself to show that not only are you human, but you're personable. They're looking for people that America would root for. That's literally what it is. And obviously, the more energy you play up, the better off you are. So I've been fortunate enough. Yeah. And also what will wind up happening in one scenario, I went on a game show. The game show that I actually went on was called That's the Question. The producer of that show, the casting producer, really liked me. So whenever she wound up on another game show, she would call me to audition for it. So you wind up on mailing lists where they'll tell you, hey, you know what? We really liked you, so come on back and do another one. So like I auditioned for like 3 or 4 shows for her, which was great. Had a lot of fun doing that. But I only wound up on the one. In terms of prizes and stuff like that, I was very fortunate on one show to win the whole show. That's the Question was my highlight. I won $5,000. I won the actual whole show, and that was very exciting. I did win on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it was just a mini game, so I won like $250 or something like that. And then on one of the shows, I did not win, but they had like a parting gift. It was 25 words or less. The parting gift was a copy of the board game and it was like a $500 gift certificate to a hotel website, which had hotels from all around the country, and you were able to use that voucher like for that hotel. So, not too shabby.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to audition. You have to totally step outside of yourself and act like a complete goof. Especially in the casting process, it's like you have to act like a cartoon. You just absolutely have to. You jump up and down, you get excited about stuff, even though there's nothing to get excited about in a room full of 100 people that are trying to do the same thing, because they just want to see, are you going to be that animated? Are you going to be somebody on TV that people will love to watch?
Wow.
So out of all the ones that you auditioned for and did not get, which is the one that you wish you'd been on? Like what was the crowning one that you missed?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. The one that I really wanted to be on, I was on, but I didn't get cast the way that I wanted to. And it was actually my very first one. It was 1 versus 100. Because 1 versus 100 was a trivia show. I don't know if do you guys know the concept of that show?
I do not.
Okay. So there's one main contestant on the floor, and across from you in seats, like rows of seats going up, there are 100 other people. And what the goal is, it's a basic trivia show where you're asked a trivia question. After each round, they call the group of 100 the mob. So it's 1 versus 100. It's you versus all the other people. And what happens is, as the main contestant, if you get the question right, you stay, you continue on. In the mob, if you get the question wrong, you get eliminated. And for each person who gets eliminated each round, the pot that you can win goes up. So after each round, the main contestant will decide, do you want to continue or do you want to still challenge the mob? And then if you go all the way to the end and defeat the mob, you won like some crazy amount, like 250, 500,000, whatever it was. Or whenever you walked away with however much you won. So I wanted to be on that show because I'm also a trivia nut. I love trivia. when I auditioned for the show, this was my first ever audition for a game show. I didn't know the whole, get super animated and go crazy and all of this stuff. So when they called me up, it was funny because when they called me up, by the way, this was also literally the day after I moved to Los Angeles. I moved to Los Angeles on a Friday. I went on the internet and I saw, hey, auditions for it. They were doing double auditions. They were doing it for that and Deal or No Deal. They were doing both. And I got on a bus and I took a bus to the to where they were doing the auditions. I had a callback somewhere else. And when they did the callback, everybody got to stand up and get a mock question. So they gave me a mock question. I still remember the mock question because they had asked me, I think it's multiple choice. They asked me, what character is best known, was created by Hallmark, best known to have, I forgot what related to like a fruit that has a cast of friends that live in this land or whatever. The answer was strawberry shortcake.
Oh.
And I knew the answer right away. So I answered it. Yeah, Hallmark created strawberry shortcake. And so I answered the question correctly, and the guy just said, the guy who's running the thing says, "Congratulations, you just won $100,000." And I didn't do a thing. And I just stood there. And then after a second, I was like, "Oh crap!" And then I started acting like I was excited. And right there, like I knew I wasn't going to get cast, but they put me in the mob for an episode because they always needed 100 people. So whoever didn't become a contestant wound up in the mob. I wound up in the mob. I lasted 4 or 5 rounds before I got knocked out answering I believe it was a music question that I didn't know. But that was the one I wanted to be the main contestant on the most, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool. I had to audition for this one. I know that wasn't apparent, but thankfully I acted excited enough and they let me on the show. So,
well, I'm very happy you did that. Well, it's you know what? They would have let you on the show anyway because of that buttery smooth voice of yours.
It's just too good. Couldn't pass it up. Wow. That sounds like so fun and so stressful. And yeah. I think I might have just tried like peeing my pants just to see what they would say. You just won $100,000 and just to see where that takes you. Like, oh.
Well, you get a parting gift of a mop,
right? Well, Anthony, we so appreciate you coming on. Tell everybody about your podcast, where your Patreon, where they can find you. Just lay it all out there.
All right. Yes, I will. I will shill for myself like I always do. Yes, I am the host of the Retro Gamers podcast. It's a casual coffee table conversation kind of show. It's been around for almost 10 years now. We're going to be celebrating our 10th year anniversary this summer, actually. And you guys can find us everywhere at Retro Gamers Podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also watch us on Spotify and YouTube. We also just launched a Patreon page for those of you who want to support us. You can get exclusive content there if you sign up for one of the paid subscriptions. You can also find us on Patreon at Retro Gamers Podcast. And if you want to chat, reach out to me. You can always email me as well at email@the Retro Gamers Podcast.
Wow. Well, we are big fans of your podcast. We think it is
and I am
fantastic.
Big fans of you guys. I cannot thank you enough for letting me on your show. I always love your show. I love being on your show. I got to be a game show host on your show, which was fun.
Yeah.
And obviously, I always love it when you guys come on my show. And we, it's always a pleasure, and you're always welcome.
Well, and putting my money where my mouth is. When I won, I did pee my pants. So I feel like I'm not just suggesting that. I'm living it. So.
Well, you should always do what you love.
Just do what you love. Yes, and I do love peeing my pants. Chris, now we have a show too, and folks who are listening to this I would assume that they know that. But why don't you tell them where they could find more of us, and what we're all about?
You can find more of us at 2middleagedguys.com. That is 2, the numeral 2, middleagedguys.com. And from that website, you can see every episode that we've ever done. You can find links to our podcast feeds if you want to listen that way. You can find some of Dave's writing that he posts on there occasionally. And, you can just get anywhere that you want to get from 2middleagedguys.com. That's not true. You can't get anywhere. You can only get to things connected to us.
That's not true. It did lead me into a black hole once.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Well, that's that may have been a mistake.
The
I'm going to have to go look
quantum
at the webpage code now. That was Ant-Man is the answer to that question,
Yes.
Dave?
That is correct.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man is
Yes.
correct.
What's the score now, Anthony? What is the score now?
I think Chris, you took it now.
Yes.
All right.
With the upset. All
I
right.
retract
Thanks,
my
everyone.
pants peeing.
That sounds painful. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening to us always, for indulging us in this trivia episode. Thanks, Anthony, for hosting. We may have to do this again with not co-pilot.
Yeah, or come up with something a little bit better.
I could always come up with the questions myself.
That's a tall order, but I would be totally fine with that. So until next time, everyone, have a good night.